Yes, running the time. Put an M right on your head. You Luigi's brother now. That bar has been stuck in my head the whole day. Okay, perfect. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Zoom. By your host, I'm gonna hit record. Um, um, I'm gonna hit record. Yeah, so Brian, do your thing, and at the end, I do have one announcement to make. So please remind me if I forget. But yeah, the show is yours, bro.
All right, let's get it rolling. Peace, family. I pray that everybody is feeling well, but most important of all, thinking even better. Today's date is Sunday, May 16th, 2021. And this is our weekly office hours live call where we'll be going over what we see in the market, cryptocurrency, FOREX. You know, we may get a little bit of teaching there if anybody has any specific questions. I know we had one of our members ask us a question. So, Mike, I'm going to need your help pulling that up, and so we can answer that question later on. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. And before we get started, I want to give a public service announcement to everybody who's in here. So there's a lot of drama, as you all heard Mike saying before we got our call started. It's a lot of drama with the price drop in Bitcoin right now. Everybody's blaming Elon. This is a guy I follow on Twitter. He has a lot of interesting perspectives on the market. And this is a tweet that he put up. He says immediately, let me get my out my, all right. Immediately after Elon Musk replied to me, I got thousands of death threats, failed dox attempts, and false rumors spread about me by hardcore Bitcoin maximalists. Okay. Anybody who's been in the crypto market for a while know this is nothing new. The XRP members, fanboys, have been famous for giving death threats to anybody
I've
who
been
talks
bullied
about.
before.
Yeah, so anybody
You
who
know,
talks
I've
about
been bullied
XRP.
multiple times, and I ain't even that big of a fall. So I can imagine what this guy went through, bro.
We just got in. We just got bullied and completely and utterly disrespected in our video on Safe Moon, and now we're at Safe Moon at now. But I wanted to show you all this to show you all the amount of emotional foolery and nonsense that is going on by the general public. And these are the people who's buying into Bitcoin, who's buying into all these crazy, crazy crypto coins. As we were just saying, Safe Moon. I ain't gonna say the rest of the names because this is going on YouTube. So, but yeah, it's a whole list of absolutely ludicrous, savage, and vile names that everybody is buying. So now look at this, and then hold that in your mind for a second, and then let me pull this up. This right here. This is our YouTube channel. We have been unusually accurate. Not saying that we're not usually accurate, but this crypto bull run, maybe it's just because last crypto bull run, you know, we were just starting out, but we have literally called pretty much every major pivot point in the market. Literally every major pivot point in the market. And I showed you that first tweet because I wanted you all to see the absolute nonsense of emotional and fundamental bull crap that's going on. And I wanted to remind you all and show anybody who's watching this for the first time of this video here. All right. Our first warning was here. No, it was before this. It was May 8th, right as Saturday morning before Elon went live on Saturday Night Live. We told everybody price is going to drop. Then we traded live. We traded Dogecoin live on a 1 minute chart, calling every move. This one here, 3 days ago, it's got 125 views. I pray that everybody knows 125 views actually took action on the analysis because we literally, it's a 12-minute video. I recorded it on low energy, first thing in the morning. And I told you all, okay, market is going to crash. Not going to crash. The market is not done correcting. It's going to continue down. Okay, that's in this video. If you do not believe me, go watch the video. We called this major sell-off in Bitcoin. We've been calling it about a month, but then we joined in on the rest of the cryptocurrencies about 3 weeks ago. And then we got very, very, very adamant about it last weekend before Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live. So there's no reason for people to be giving death threats and these are emotional people who have no logic and no understanding of how the market operates. We who are not fundamental traders can call the market with this much accuracy. Learn how to read the markets, and you do not have to be giving death threats to people because they're talking bad about Bitcoin. I don't care what the narrative is. To me, it's fun. It's fun to watch and see people fight over the narrative and things like that. We do strict technical analysis. And then on top of that, one last thing before we get started, we called a trade. We called a trade on Bitcoin. On Ethereum. We went short on it right after we dropped our analysis, opened at 5/14/2021 at 10:47 in the morning CST, and we closed it the next day. This is 55% profit. We closed it for about a 50% profit. Now let's go to the chart of Ethereum, and we're gonna look at the rest of the cryptocurrency market. So we entered at 41.04. We closed it at 38.78. All right, so 41.04 is when we entered. I was short on Ethereum. Let's go ahead and get into the analysis and what we're seeing in the rest of the cryptocurrency market. Ethereum. First of all, look at where we are. Let me bring this up. There we go. All right. First of all, look at where we are on Ethereum. Our analysis said that Ethereum was going to go back to the red box, and then we said potentially 33 or 3,400. We are exactly right there right now. And where did we enter our short? We entered our short at 41.04. 41.04 was there, right about there, literally right at the top. We entered on the top of this run right here. Okay, and we signaled it to our members that if they want to take the short, they could take it as well. We entered it. We called it. We called this drop. And this is where we are right now. So where are we and where are we going? I ended up closing out my short a bit sooner than what I wanted to. I closed it out, like I said, with a 40 pip gain, which is, is still very, very good. And the analysis that I had on it, I was expecting, I was down in a 15-minute time frame counting, the wave theory and the structure, things like that. And I expected it to get a rebound back up here. It's roughly 4K before coming down. That would be the normal way to do it. However, as we see right here, we actually could have, depending on how you count it, we could have a grouping. We could have a three-wave structure like this, or we could have this five-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. It can end in the 5. However, since we have not reached into our red box, we said about 32 was the top of our red box. Right now, we're $200 away from it. There is a potential for us to be finished here. Okay. But when I look at the indicators and I look at a couple of other things, I do believe that we could have one more lower low. However, I've already started positioning myself back to the long side, piece by piece, into the cryptocurrencies, expecting to bounce. The reason why is this. Even though the sell-off was violent, it was a lot more. I didn't expect it to happen in one weekend. Okay. That's the reason why I kind of took profits and was waiting for a bounce back up to get back in. But it happened violently and straight down. The amount of fear and FUD that's going on around the entire social media atmosphere, as you just saw, the giving death threats out, is telling me that we're close to a temporary bottom. Now, does this mean that we can go to all-time highs cryptocurrency market? I have no idea. I'm simply trading what I see in front of me, and I will stand the trade or do whatever I do based on what the market is telling me. The market is going to gradually reveal herself, and I'll react to it. Basically, the market is the man and the dance pair, and we are the female. We simply follow the lead of the market. So if we are done here, whether this be counted as a three-wave structure or five-wave structure, if we are done here, Now, does there need to be some work done here? Maybe one more stop hunt or something like that. Then we take it up. But if we are done here, I'm looking at this as a possibility because we corrected so fast. Okay. For the Bulls never want to see price go down. However, it's actually better for price to go down for you to get to structure and get to where you're getting to quickly. If we had done this, something like that, that would have been harder for everybody trading the cryptocurrency market to look at. Yeah, this hurts, but it's over with pretty much. So I'm gradually getting back in to all of my positions. Like I said, there is a possibility for Ethereum to still push down into our red box, get at 32, possibly 31, and then push back up. However, we are at a very high probability zone for a bounce, if even not a complete trend reversal. And just to keep it simple, we do have a three-wave structure. All right, so that's the analysis on Ethereum. I'm still waiting to see. As you see here, we do have a completed butterfly, and we are at the 1-to-1, which is very characteristic of a Y wave of a WXY. The Y wave is usually 100% the length of wave W projected from wave X. We have a butterfly. So we have a lot of reasons to be looking to accumulate our Ethereum, accumulate back into the cryptocurrencies piece by piece. There is a possibility, like I said, for us to get down here to 3K. And if we do get a reaction back up, maybe back up to 37, maybe 38, little something like that, I may into a small short, but overall, I'm gradually getting back into my long positions. Not with leverage, though. Not with leverage. You got to give it room to, get what's called the Wyckoff accumulations to allow us to play with the lows and to accumulate, and you're ready to take it back to the upside. Bitcoin, once again, Bitcoin, this is our chart. I want to show you all this. Let me take this off of here real quick. Bitcoin, this is a chart that we showed in the video that I told y'all to watch from 3 days ago, where we said basically the market was falling. This is the original chart that we shared with our group back on April 24th. Like I said, that's in the last video, so go to our YouTube and watch it. We said on April 24th that our immediate level to break was 60,554. If we did not break that, then this red box right here would be where we sell off from. As you see, we tagged right up here at the top, and since then we've sold off. Now, what's interesting about this sell-off is that it came in 5 waves: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's exactly what we were looking for. We were looking for wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your A, B, C. This is your B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is your C. So, and we came down in 3 waves. All right. On top of that, we actually came down into an algo play. So, like I said, this is the reason why I think the sell-off for the most part is over with. There is, as I said before, there is a possibility for us to even get down here maybe to 41 for Bitcoin, maybe 32, 31 for Ethereum, especially if we go down and we count to a smaller, lower degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So maybe one more lower low down here. But this is the zone where if you believe in Bitcoin, if you are still looking for the bull run to go on, this is a nice accumulation zone and allow it to fall down to 40,000 and even break 40,000 a little bit before basically you stop out of your position. So Bitcoin is in the zone for reaccumulation. On top of that, Bitcoin is actually just got finished forming a cipher pattern. All right, so we're going to draw the cipher pattern up here. We're going to take it from this low up to the top, right here, up and back down. And there it goes. Let's go to the 786. About there. So 786, it's got to be 1.27. So right there. All right. The invalidation for the cipher would be if we come down here and we break 42,862. But you see right here, we are directly in the zone that we said we would be in way back in April 24th, when we said that basically Bitcoin was bearish. So this is the reason why I'm saying there's a lot of reason to start accumulating back into Bitcoin. On top of that, if we just take our simple algo play analysis, take our simple Algo play analysis is telling us that. I already had it marked out. Yeah. Okay. So if we take our algo play analysis, we're going to drag from this pivot up to the top, make it all one color. You see that we are in the correct zone. So you're seeing that regardless of the strategy that you use to trade the markets, everything is here. We had a harmonic pattern. We had a zone of liquidity. We had the algo play range, Elliott wave. The count is close to being finished, if not done already. We're targeting 73 and 84. Okay. These are our targets from this zone. Now, where would be the invalidation point? I would say if Bitcoin breaks 28. Okay. Now, I know that that's a wide zone right there. And that's the reason why I'm saying I don't suggest getting in with leverage because we technically don't have any confirmations yet, but we are in a very highly probable zone for a bounce, if not, like I said, an absolute trend reversal. We have all the prerequisites for a trend reversal, but in order for it to be an active trade where leverage and stop loss can be determined, we have to get the confirmations first. So while everybody is getting bearish on Bitcoin, while everybody is throwing Elon Musk and everybody under the bus for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market, I'm actually bullish on it. I'm bullish on the cryptocurrency market since we got the sell-off that we expected. Litecoin, we came down to the zone that we wanted to see it come down to. This is from our video. The video I just showed you all 3 days ago. We said we wanted it to come down. Basically from here, form an expanded flat. As a matter of fact, I'm even show you this here. Because we gave this warning to all of our members. All right, right here. No, where is it? Right here. All right. I gave this warning Friday morning at 9:07 a.m. I said the entire cryptocurrency market is creating expanded flats. Okay. I said, I believe we have one more down and everything. And then basically we'll have a mini bull run after that. So Dogecoin, we said it would come down. Ethereum, we said it would either come down from here or to push up a little bit more and then come down. I'm sorry, this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin. We said it basically push back up here just a little bit and then come down. Here is Ethereum. We said it would come down from here, which it absolutely did. Like I said, we picked the very top for our short. Here is the analysis we shared for Litecoin. Litecoin, we said we topped out right here. It will come down. 273, 246 were our targets. Here is XRP. We said XRP would be coming down from where it is now. Now, Litecoin is it at our target? Not yet. Litecoin has about $8 more to go. No, we said 273, right? It's at 279. All right. So let's see if we get our 273 target. But basically, we are in the zone of where we said Litecoin would fall to. We're in the zone for reaccumulation. And should we get the official loan signal, like I said, our target is 461. And then our second target would be up here at 517. This is just accumulation, though. Our official trade, our official signal, stop loss, everything will not come until we get our confirmations in our indicators. We got to let price bounce around a little bit more before we get those loan confirmations. But should we get them, this is going to be pretty much the last run in a cryptocurrency for a minute. I'm explaining to you why I said that here in a second. XRP, I want to talk about something. Our analysis on XRP said we get down to 110, and it still is possible. However, I wanted to show you all this idea here because there was a pump in XRP. I think it was yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon. I think it was. But the pump came in a three-wave structure. I don't know what news, probably some news that came out and made it pump. But the pump came in a three-wave structure. It didn't come in an impulse. As you see, we came back down, we broke structure, and we even down here. So this is a very three-wave structure. What this is telling me is that this is most likely an A, B, C, D, E triangle in Elliott wave before we continue our run to the upside. So we have 1, 2, 3 A, we have 1, 2, 3 B, 1, 2, 3 C, 1, 2, 3 D. I'm expecting a 1, 2, 3, 4 E wave. Now, an E wave in Elliott wave cannot basically, it needs to either run short of the trend line or needs to wick below the trend line and then continue up. So this is the reason why I'm still keeping it open for XRP to still get a three-wave structure like that, wick right below here, and then continue back up. This is what I'm expecting for XRP. So like I said, this is a high probability zone of accumulation, because when you're trading these things for the long term, you don't want to necessarily try to pick the exact pivot of them. You just want to get in the proper zone. So there's no confirmation from our exit trading system to take a long trade with a stop loss and leverage, things like that. But we have enough evidence here to say it's time for reaccumulation. XRP, Dogecoin pretty much did exactly what we said. We said we wanted to see Dogecoin down at 37. This is our video about last week or something like that. Down here at 37. We said a potential would be also down here at 22 to 28 cents, roughly 30 cents. And the last update I gave you all in high detail said we have an expanded flat and we would still push down. So far, that is still a possibility. The indicators are not basically showing a push to the upside. I did start buying back into Dogecoin and Doge Bull, and my plan is to continue to ladder down. Now, where is Dogecoin going? All right, if this is a bottom, because technically this can be a three-wave structure, W, X, and Y, or A, B, C, whatever it is, we do have a three-wave structure. We have hit our target by calling the top up here. Where are we expecting Dogecoin to go? Where are we expecting Dogecoin to go? Where's my chart at? I think it's this one here. No, it's not this one. I had a chart for Dogecoin. Here it is right here. All right. The history of Dogecoin. The reason why, probably the reason why we've been so accurate with the cryptocurrency with Dogecoin in particular, Ethereum as well, is that we have so many humans in, and humans bring a very predictable pattern, a very predictable psychology. And that's what Elliott Wave is good for. Elliott Wave is what allowed us to call right here Dogecoin, to buy into Dogecoin and to hold this accumulation. And then it took off. Okay. Of course, when it got into the news, everybody became Dogecoin experts and Dogecoin to the moon and Dogecoin millionaire and join my trading program because I made money off Dogecoin. But they started getting in at like 20 cents, 30 cents as it was going up. Once it corrected, we screamed it. We gave signals on our Instagram, on our YouTube, on our Facebook. We told everybody to start buying Dogecoin around these levels. I think it was like right here. We said start buying in 25 cents. And we said the target would be 54 cents, 64 to 69 cents. As you see, we have completely destroyed those targets. Then up here at the top, we called that this was the top. We said it would drop down to 37. And now we are in the 37 range. Well, now you see we are in another algo play. All right. We're going to take this pivot to this pivot. And as you see, we've fallen down. This is the reason why I've started slowly getting myself back into Dogecoin and into Doge Bull, because even if we continue to fall down here a little bit, this is still the zone to be purchasing Dogecoin in, just as it was a zone to purchase Dogecoin back here. Now, where is Dogecoin going? Well, we could, based off this algo play, should this algo play hold, and this algo play holds until we break 27. Breaking 27 would invalidate this idea. So that's where your stop loss will go if you want to put a stop loss on it, or you can set your risk management up. I'm just showing you where I'm expecting it to go. Our first target is 75 cents. So basically probably forming a batch structure up here. It would be the 886 retracement. This is 618. Yeah, this is a 618 perfect shot. 886. All right. So we can 618. No, it can either be a Gartley, which would be there. So back to 65 cents. Or if we are going to move in accord with the algo play, we need to be projecting a 1618 up here for this crab pattern. This 1618 extension would be up here at 98 cents, basically $1. So we have three targets in mind: 75 cents, 87 cents, and the dollar, possibly up here to $1.05. Okay. So we basically got 75, 88, and then up here to $1. How can this happen? I have no idea. I have been hearing rumors about Coinbase saying that they're going to be listing Dogecoin, and it makes sense for Coinbase. It's a nice money move. It's a nice venture because everybody wants Dogecoin, so it's for them to make money off of. I don't know what the fundamental reason is going to be. I'm just telling you what the charts are telling me, and the charts told me to buy down here, told me to buy down here, and it's telling me to buy right here. And like I said, this idea is valid until we break 27 cents. Breaking 27 cents will completely invalidate this idea. However, we do have reason to be getting back into Dogecoin right now. And Cardano is another big mover. Cardano has did what we expected it to. We didn't really trade this one as much though, because it went against the rest of the cryptocurrency market. All right, we had an ABC structure, and I think our target was like 167. We actually made a video on it. Matter of fact, let me find it real quick. We actually made a video on Cardano a long time ago that received a lot of hate, a lot of hate from our viewers. It was when Cardano got listed on Coinbase, and we said that, bro, we said that Cardano was going to pump in the live stream the weekend before. And then when it got on to Coinbase, everybody said it's Coinbase. And when I said that in the video, we received a lot of hate again. So people hate it right here 1 month ago. Cardano lists on Coinbase. All right. This is the video that we said right here. In this video, we said our target for Cardano was going to be at least 167, possibly 180. And that's where we are now. We are up here at new all-time high. So I'm personally not interested in trading this. If anybody would like some analysis on that, then just let me know after I finish telling you what I'm seeing the market go to. And that wraps up what I'm saying for the cryptocurrency market. So I'm expecting to be seeing a bottom sometime soon. We did exactly, and I really hate to say that because I don't want to sound like everybody's favorite YouTuber, The Moon, exactly as I predicted. But the exit trading system, our system, allowed us to call these turns 100% correct like this. And right now we're back into the zone to be getting back in. So now let's go through the rest of the market. Let's go through the last thing. A thought that came from Cardano. Cardano is showing us something that's a little bit alarming. If anybody was here, Mike, you may be able to chime in on this one. If anybody was here during the 2017 bull run, I remember it vividly because I was just learning technical analysis. During the 2017 bull run, Bitcoin shot off. All right. It shot off. And then around December, January, it put in the top of around $19,000. Okay. Then it fell. All right. And I remember from here, I was looking at getting in, and I have screenshots where I was saying, all right, we're lifting off, Bitcoin to the moon, Bitcoin to the moon, Bitcoin to the moon. And I was expecting us to get back up here and break these highs and continue that trend. All right. That's not what happened. Instead, we got up here to a B wave. Well, it's now a B wave. I didn't know it back then. We got up here to a B wave. I think it was topped out like 16, 17K, and it started coming down. And this was the 2018 bear market that everybody, basically got disenchanted with crypto about. But what's interesting is that during this time, during this B wave bounce, we had altcoin season. Okay. And this is when we started seeing coins pop off like popcorn, just popping up out of nowhere, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x in a week. And that usually represents a decoupling, a complete decoupling. And I'm going to show that here in the stock market as well. It's part of my analysis today. It represents complete decoupling of the market. Whenever we start seeing altcoins popping off and doing the opposite of Bitcoin, or Bitcoin is going quiet and then the altcoins are popping up and exploding, it represents absolute euphoria for the general public. And this is right before the bear market started in 2018. So I don't think we're there yet. I think we're on the cusps of it. As we see here, we see Cardano exploded during the time that Bitcoin and Ethereum took an absolute dump on the market. An absolute dump on the market. And Cardano is one of those ones. All right. So if we start seeing these altcoins start popping and going crazy while Bitcoin is still going quiet, or even Bitcoin going slowly or it's dropping, we may get an altcoin season, like a last fifth wave altcoin season, as Bitcoin maybe Bitcoin doesn't break all-time new highs and get to our target up here. Maybe Bitcoin just goes back up to an 886 or something like that. So maybe back up here to 57K, or maybe back up here to 60K, or back up to the top at 64, 65K. Maybe we don't get a new all-time high and a brand new bull run in the cryptocurrency market. Maybe we just see Bitcoin correct back further up and, turn into a larger WXY. This would be W, got your X, and then your Y would be much further down. Maybe that's what we see. And we see a B wave or an X wave in Bitcoin while the rest of the cryptocurrency market goes crazy. So keep that in mind as well. But what are we seeing in the regular Forex market, and basically how did we do last week? In the Forex market, starting off with the US dollar. The US dollar, we are marking this out as our wave 2 up here. Even though I don't want to, because this I think came like, it didn't even make a 382% retracement. It's like a 236 retracement. So that's very, very low probability. However, seeing as the move that we got off of that top right there was very impulsive, we got here and even got another reaction. Seeing as we got that, I am reluctantly putting our wave 2 right here. I kind of wanted to see us get up here a little bit more to 92.5, maybe 93 to a normal retracement, but we know in the currency market, we don't always get the normal. So I'm expecting us to basically continue as long as this level holds right here. And there is a possibility for this to be an expanded flat and we still come up here. That's a very real possibility. But right now, we need to see more structure before we can call that. But as long as we hold below 91.5, then we will be on our way for the US dollar to get down to the target that we've had since November of last year, into the $87 to $88 range. That's what we expect on the DXY. And the opposite of that is true for Euro US dollar. So the Euro US dollar, I'm expecting pretty much the opposite. And you can take this trade based off of 2 different levels. What we have here is you basically have a wave. Basically have a wave 1, got a wave 2. Like I said, I don't like that wave 2. That one came a little bit better, came to 382. So we got a little bit better correction right here. And then what we have is you have an impulse followed by another 1-2. So you can go long off of Euro USD with the expectation with this as being the bottom. This is about a 65 to 70 pip stop loss, put it right below that low. And this will give you a 4-to-1 trade. Target will be 123.841 at least. But since this is a wave 3, you can go much, much, much higher. Or, if you want to widen that stop loss up, or let's say you get stopped out of this position sometime this week, then we'll be looking for the next position to come down here and your stop loss will be below 119.823. Of course, to our members, we will be paying more closer attention to this between tonight and Monday, so that when we get started trading regularly on Tuesday, be at the will of God, we will have more information and have a better idea as to where can our stop loss be exactly. But this is a trade, pretty much, this is a swing trade. And like I said last week, this is a trade you can swing for a home run on. So whether you're trading your own account or whether you're trying to pass a challenge, whatever you're doing in the Forex market, you can definitely use this and you can look for a 400% gain. Like I said, when you know how to use proper risk management, you don't have to depend on the cryptocurrency market and all of the nonsense in the cryptocurrency market to make money, right? Because that same 400% we can get in the cryptocurrency market, we can get into the Forex market as well, 400, 500, 600%. It's very possible, very, very possible for us to get, an 8-to-1 trade right here, for us to get an 800% trade, an 8x trade right here. So it's my analysis for Euro USD, and I'll be giving more details and refining my entry point once we get closer to our trading for the week. USD JPY, I actually just entered this trade. I shared this trade with our members about half an hour ago. I usually don't trade on Sundays. However, we've been seeing a lot of moves on Sundays. So I wanted to go ahead and get into this one. Basically, what we have here is we call this zigzag structure. We call it the bottom right here. And then this was this is wave one, and this is our entry, classic W pattern. So I'm expecting it to go up. And what we see right here is we see a classic, wave for downward wedge. I'm expecting it to break out of here, especially once we get oscillator confirmation. We're looking to take USD/JPY up here to at least to 110. However, if this is a 1-2, it's more likely to get to 111, almost 112 as USD/JPY. Euro JPY, shout out to Miss MC. I don't know if she's here, but I know she's going to see the replay. Miss MC is one of our few ladies who's in the group. Miss MC, Miss Georgia Sawyer, representing, and MC traded this beautifully over the past couple of weeks. I gave the original signal about 2 weeks ago, but then I didn't follow up on it. She followed up on it, and she made her a couple of nice bucks from it. This is the original trade for Euro JPY. And what we have here is we have a classic ABC structure. Like I said last week, if you all don't take anything else away from my boring voice, what I need you all to take away is to look for an ABC structure with oscillator confirmation. If you can find those ABC structures, you can trade the trend and basically stay with the trend and just keep riding your stop loss and keep milking the market for those profits. So what we had here was we had an ABC structure. We just saw it on Dogecoin, ABC structure, back to an algo play. Bitcoin, ABC structure right now, back to an algo play. Ethereum, ABC structure, back to an algo play. This ABC structure back to an algo play or back to an EMA or back, with oscillator confirmation is the number one pattern in the market that makes you the easiest money, because you just simply find the bottom. Of course, it's a little bit easier said than done, but you got to find the bottom and then use your oscillators to confirm your entry. And then ride that trend. So we got this. Our first target was up here at 132.99, basically 133. As you see, we came just shy of that. So I'm expecting this to continue. And overall, I'm expecting from this algo play us to get up here to 133.75 or 134. Like I said, this was a trade that we called, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, we called this trade right here. And what do you see? ABC structure, back to an algo play. Take it up. All right. So I'm expecting Euro JPY to continue to the upside for this week. AUD JPY, this is a trade that we got into last week, and I'm still trading into the upside. If we would just make this simple, we have the first algo play right here. We have targets of 85.44, which is already met. Our second target is up here at roughly 86. And on top of that, we then have another algo play, which which you see by here in the blue line. Boom, boom, boom. We've gotten our reaction. This is the zone where you'll be looking to buy in, and we're looking to take AUD JPY up here. This is a very confluent zone, but it's even possible for AUD JPY to get up here to roughly 87. So you can be looking for buy entries there. Matter of fact, if you look at it closely, there's even an ABC structure. ABC structure. So this can be done, and we can be looking to go up. If this is going up, this probably means that USD/JPY is going up as well. Yep, it's going up. Okay. NZD/JPY, basically the same exact structure. AUD and NZD moves together. They're pretty much the same pair. So from this algo play, we have targets of 79.64 and then 80.4. And on top of that, we then have the yellow algo play, which is about this white line. And we bounced out of here beautifully. Our target is 79.84 and then 80.3. Euro NZD. This is actually a trade. This is actually something I traded last week on Friday morning. I put this trade in Friday morning. I usually don't trade on Fridays, but I traded Friday morning. I scalped it. I think I made like $400 or $500 off of it. Our analysis for Euro NZD has been pretty spot on as well. We called this drop. Now, we wanted to see Euro NZD to get a little bit lower down here to the second algo target. All right. This is in your harmonic framework. This is your type 2 reaction. And there's still a possibility because we're still in an algo play zone. All right. But what you see me have here is I am considering the possibility of this being done. Like I said, identify your ABC structures. You got an A, B, and WXY, I think is what it is. No, it's ABC, just an expanding triangle unity, I think. I think it's a expanding triangle right there. And even though we came short of this target down here, there's a very real possibility for this to be done. Why? Because off of this low, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a clear 5-wave swing. And then off of that, guess what we said? An A, B, and C structure. So what pattern are you seeing here? You all are starting to see what I'm trading. Impulse, ABC structure, impulse. So there's a very real possibility that this could be the bottom and we will go up here and get that target, maybe even higher, but this would be the first target, kind of grabbing all that liquidity is up there. So if our authors are confirming this trade right here, this is a valid entry for Euro NZD. GBP CHF is another one I'm looking at potentially trading this week. And this is a classic. I want to show you all this real quick. I want to show you all a page from our book. By the way, we have a announcement for our book coming here in a couple of days. Be at the Rule of God. So this is our book, How to Dominate the Financial Markets with a Mechanical Trading System. It's probably going to be renamed here in a second, but I want to show you all this. This is the schematic for how we trade the markets. All right, y'all are getting a sneak peek at our book. But I want you to pay attention more to the M structure, to the actual structure here. Look at this. We have an M structure followed by an algo play. All right, keep that in mind. An M structure followed by an algo play. Now, our M structure, like I said, is not a classic double top. Our M structure actually has very specific harmonic ratios included that allows us to identify our entry zone and stop loss level. So it's not that simple, but the structure is the M followed by an algo play. And then in the opposite direction, we got a W followed by an algo play. Okay. So keep those structures in mind. And look at this right here. We have an M, right? Followed by an algo play. Okay. So we were to take this right there. And we've come just shy of it. So I do believe there's a possibility for us to have an internal algo play, push up, grab that, and then come down. However, if we do have an opportunity to take it long, I will be taking it long. I'm strictly looking to short it because overall we are in a bearish algo play. And like I said, it's our classic structure, M algo play. Now, let me show you where else this just popped up and how it was that we called the top in Dogecoin with such confidence when everybody was bullish on Dogecoin going into SNL. What do you see right here? M algo. M algo. W algo. All right, so you're getting a piece of our exit trading system. And if you do want to get all of the details on how we trade the FOREX market on a weekly basis with a weekly schematic, go and check out our book on our website. Let's keep going. AUD CAD did exactly as I predicted. And what do you see here? Now, AUD CAD has been one of the trades we've been calling, we've been keeping our eye on very, very closely for the last, I would say, month almost. Because we called the entry for this trade. As you see here, this was a 7R trade. Like I said, you don't have to always look to crypto if you're looking to multiply your money. As a matter of fact, crypto is very seasonal. All right. This bull run in Bitcoin is nice. However, like I said, before the bull run started, there was a time period of almost 4 months where Bitcoin did nothing. So Bitcoin is very seasonal. And when there's not a bull market, most people don't know how to make money. Whether there's a bull market or a bear market, FOREX can be profitable. FOREX also has its seasons, but can also be profitable. But learn the schematic. We called this trade. This was a 7R trade Basically, whatever money you put in, you 7x'd it because we have hit target from almost a month ago. And what do you see again? M, algo. All right. So you all are literally getting a part of our equity trading system right here. M and algo. We called this ABC structure. We called the short. And last week we said we were creating a expanded flat right here and it would push down. It did 100% what we predicted. Shout out to the Exodus trading system. So what we're expecting here right now is expecting to go maybe an ABC structure back up, or we could get, something like this. I don't exactly know what's going to happen here. But I do know that we have finished our target for almost 3 weeks ago, and we're looking forward to get some kind of reaction off of that bottom down there. NZD CAD, pretty much the same thing. It's the same analysis. AUD USD and NZD USD. We called this trade we called this direction last week. We said we had a completed 5-wave structure, and that we expected a retracement for this week, but we have that retracement. And if the US dollar is in fact going to basically plummet, then this would bode well for everything against the US dollar. So AUD USD, Euro USD, GBP USD, NZD USD, everything against the US dollar, we're probably seeing uptrends. We got a 5-wave structure, and we could be done here. This would be a very sharp zigzag. We could be done here, but this would be the zone that we're looking to buy into to take AUD and NZD USD up here. AUD USD target is firstly 0.79 and then roughly 80 to 84. NZD USD, same analysis, targets is 0.73 and then 0.75. GBP JPY, this is a trade that last Sunday we expected to go up. However, we didn't get a chance to trade it simply because this move happened on Sunday, which is the reason why I just took a USD JPY Sunday trade, even though we usually don't trade on Sundays. Sundays are proven to be very volatile time periods for JPY pairs. Here is GBP JPY. We're expecting this basically to finish correcting here, probably by like Monday or Tuesday, and then we're looking for it to continue. Up here, first target would be 1.55, and then 157 would be the second target for GBP JPY. CAD JPY analysis is pretty much done with this one, but this, like I said, this was a prime example of JPY pairs moving on Sundays. We had a live stream 2 weeks ago, and we said that we were in the algo play zone to enter into CAD JPY at that exact moment. But I said I was going to wait until, Monday, Tuesday, staying within my system. But we did get that move off that simple algo play. And from that algo play, we've pushed up 407 pips from an algo play. A simple algo play would have gotten us into a trade, because we didn't take it, would have gotten us into a trade that made 407 pips. Simple algo play. GBP AUD is the last one I'm going to cover in the FOREX market. So GBP AUD has been a bit of a hard pair to trade, strictly because it's been a little bit volatile. We expected it to bounce. I think we said it would make this structure right here, but then we expected it to stop there and then come down. Last week, it did push up. Now, we didn't trade that. We gave no signal on that, but I do think that now, seeing as we got an ABC structure, clear 3-wave structure, and expanded flat structure, we have a Gartley structure right here. So we have a lot of confluence to be looking to take GBP AUD to the downside. So this could be a swing trade, and you can get in right now if you want to, because you know exactly where your stop loss is going to go. It will go above the higher period at 1.8268, and our target will be down here at 1.17. So we're looking at, what is that, 1,000 pips? Yeah, we're looking at 1,000 pips on GBP AUD. Swing trade. Now let's get into gold and our stock market. Gold has actually gotten into the blue box that we wanted to see. This bottom formed off of the butterfly that we drew everybody's attention to back here at the end of March. We were expecting for us to kind of top out up here and continue back down. But since we now have a 5-wave structure, the bottom for gold, as I said last week, is in. So we're looking at this. We're looking at 1, 2. This is 3. Here's your 4. Here's your 5. I don't expect it to break above the price of roughly 1880. Like I said, we are in the blue box we wanted to see it in. Now we're expecting a correction, and we can look to take this correction back to the upside. Like I said, if this is the bottom for gold, we're looking at a 21, 22, maybe $2,300 gold bar. So that right there is a good chance for a swing trade or for you to be buying physical gold. S&P 500. S&P 500, we saw a crazy sell-off last week, which coincided with the Bitcoin market selling off, but we came back to, and now I'll go play and look at the violent reaction off of it. So I am expecting the S&P 500 to continue going up to target of 4340. However, I'm looking for, after this, a major correction, 38, 37. The news is probably going to call it a crash. The stock market is crashing. The world is ending. Joe Biden is a bad president. That's probably what the news is going to be saying. He messed the economy up. Or Joe Biden had a bad economy coming in because of Trump. These are the narratives that the news are going to try to spin. However, it's simple technical analysis. So right now we are in an algo play zone. Target is 4340. After this, I am expecting a major correction. So for everybody who's here, who's trading binary options, who's part of our EBO program, as I said last week, the most profitable strategy is probably going to be the trend continuation. All right. Because if y'all remember, trading during this was extremely hard because we had almost 0 down days. It was pretty much all up days. So I'm expecting for us to get basically a melt up phase again to 4340. And it's valid as long as this level down here holds. Now, this brings us into what's giving me a little bit more of a clue that the stock market and the cryptocurrency market is coming to an end, not an end, but like a correction point, an inflection point sometime during the summer. We gave analysis on S&P 500 and we gave analysis on NASDAQ. We said that basically we're expecting S&P 500 to follow NASDAQ. S&P 500 has created an up move again. And as you see, NASDAQ has not created a new high. NASDAQ did not create a new high. NASDAQ is still down here at the low, still struggling, and is still in line to hit our target down here. We called the NASDAQ was topping out roughly around there, literally right at the top. Once again, it's a classic M structure. And we said that we were looking for it to come down and expand it flat down here. Now, if NASDAQ does not continue up with the S&P 500, we would have what's known as a decoupling event, which is extremely dangerous. This is akin to the altcoins decoupling from Bitcoin. If the two major stock markets are decoupling from each other, that is one of the primary signs for a major correction coming sometime soon. So NASDAQ looks a lot worse than S&P 500 does. And even if S&P 500 does get up there and, push back to get to that all-time high at 4340, I think the NASDAQ is going to struggle. Now, the NASDAQ can break these highs. It can follow S&P 500 up to these highs. But as we said before, our NASDAQ analysis, the reason why we were bearish on the NASDAQ is because we had this bearish deep crab pattern. Invalidation is at 14,552. All right. From here, we set our target as 11,757. This has been our analysis now for like the past 2 or 3 weeks. And this is what we use to say that there was probably a top or a temporary top in Bitcoin. Now, if NASDAQ still goes up here, so it would be an ABCW, ABCX, and then maybe an ABCY. Yes, we can still break these all-time highs. But if we stay below 1452, this then creates a scenario where both the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 will have a major 20-30% correction. And like I said, the news try to spin this as, economy problems, maybe a war, maybe COVID hits again. I don't know what's going to happen. But the news is going to try to spin this as basically the end of the world, like what happened when the COVID pandemic started happening in March, right? We called that looming drop almost a month in advance. And the news jumped on it and said, the pandemic, COVID, it's destroying economies. Okay, spend whatever you want to. Our analysis is simply saying that we're in some major trouble in the stock market. And that's why I do not believe that the cryptocurrencies are going to basically go for another major bull run. Or at least if they do, that will be a major correction along with the stock market sometime in June or July, basically before the market start up again in August or September. And that wraps up what I have lined up for the week. Do we have any questions? Did that all make sense? Drop a 7 in the chat. Drop a 7 in the chat.
7?
If
Why
that made
7?
sense. So like 7, bro.
Such a basic number, bro. Drop 20, 24
Kevin
or
Samuels.
oh yeah. We
Don't
know.
call yourself a 7. Yeah.
Yeah. He says 7 is a cop out. Just to make it clear, because there's always that one or two people. When Biden mentioned anything about Biden saying either a great president or terrible we have no political affiliation.
I was talking about what the news was trying to say.
Exactly. Because like we've had, oh, you guys are Trump supporters. Oh, you guys are not like please, we do not care for the politics. So 24 in the chat if this all makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, that means you have a question. Drop the question in the chat. So let me either see a 24 or a question. Before we get into the questions though, Brian, I do have a quick little announcement. This is for the members. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the questions that we have in the chat first. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Brian, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So for the members, people in TTM, couple of updates. First update is on starting Monday and Wednesday, we will be having Q&A calls. To accommodate everyone's time zone as best as possible. It's going to be 12:30 a.m. EST or 11:30 p.m. CST, so midnight. These are Q&A calls. So Brian is not going to do any market breakdowns. What he's going to do is if you have custom analysis requests, he will do it. But mostly, honestly, not even custom analysis requests. This is mostly for questions, right? Forget the custom analysis requests. I apologize. It's not that. This is for questions. So you're going through the videos and then you watch the WTO section. And for the life of you, there's a part of the video that just doesn't make sense. This is where you come. Or you watch the LA Wave section and man, you just don't know how to count corrections. This is where you come. Any particular questions, Monday and Wednesday, you bring those questions to the call. It's 12:30 a.m. EST. These are drop-ins, right? You don't have to attend if you don't have a question. But if you're not attending, we're going to assume you're making money, right, Bond? It's safe to assume because if you're not asking questions, you're making money. And if you're making money, it has to be in the profit section, right? So this is so everybody can get their questions answered. Everybody can continue to learn. So Monday and Wednesday, this is where you get your questions answered now.
And the purpose of this, real quick. The purpose of this is because we do have a lot. We're actually getting quite a few new members, which by the grace of God is good. We're getting people that are starting to learn the value of learning how to trade the markets and read the markets and not respond off of the nonsense in the news. But the DMs are starting to get a little bit overwhelming, and between the classes and trading things like that, it's killing me. So this is the time. If you have any questions, this is the time for our regular members. Might as well go into the next part but for the regular members. This is the time where I will be available to answer all questions, and it's about 30 minutes to an hour before I start trading every night. So it's a good time.
Oh yeah, for people who are not members, you definitely will not get a fast response. It is what it is. I apologize. We have lives, and Brian and me, especially Brian in particular, with trading, side projects, women. I'm sorry, I just had to make that joke. But in all seriousness, Monday, Wednesday Q&A sessions. Now, for the people that we can't accommodate for everybody, for the people that we can accommodate, if you go to my library or dashboard, it says here, if you can't attend any of the Q&A sessions, please submit your questions here. So what you can do, if you can't attend a Q&A session, but you have a question and you want to get it answered, Because the chat has been very active the last couple of days, we might miss it. And we don't want you to think that we're missing it on purpose. So what you can do is you can click here, right? And there's going to be a form. There's going to be a Q&A form. Literally, all you have to do, name, email, just so we know that you're actually in the program, date, so we can tie to the recording of the video. And then what we want you to do is there's instructions here. You can record a screen record of your question with the chart, so it's easier for us to understand your question. You can get into more detail, and I've detailed out an explanation as to how you can do that for free without having to edit or anything like that. Now, if you have trouble speaking English, because we have some people who English isn't their first language, or they have trouble speaking English, optional, you can write down your question, but we really prefer if you did a video. So if you can speak English, even if you have an accent, I have an accent too, doesn't matter, record the video, right? And that form, again, can be found my library, weekly call schedule. If you can't attend any of the Q&A sessions, please submit your questions here, click here, and you're good to go. Again, they will be Monday and Wednesday. And I'm going to assume there's some days maybe there won't be any questions. But the days there are questions, we will record them and we will put them in the office hours recordings, right? So the whole point is, if you're not able to attend, but you submit your question, Brian will answer your question. We will record it, and then we will let you know that the recording is live, and then you can answer your question being answered there live. And then, of course, we have every Sunday. So Monday, Wednesday, Sundays, 3 days within the week, you have an opportunity to get your questions answered. Obviously, if you post a question in the chat, that will get answered as well. But this is more so to set a precedent time where you can expect answers right away. Versus if you post in the chat, there might be moments where we might be able to get to it quick, but sometimes we might not be able to get to it quick, right? Especially if you're in a different time zone. So that's one thing I wanted to announce. Another thing I wanted to announce, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm just going to do this real quick. Give me 1 second. My room is messy, so I apologize. But we are going to be, you know what, whatever, judge me. But my room is messy. I'm just going to remove the covering. We are going to be, I don't know if you guys could see it here. Brian, can you see it? Is it clear? So our Exodus ebook, our How to Trade the Financial Markets with a Mechanical Trading System, we are going to be publishing this, self-publishing, so feels great. And it's our ebook. Again, I know some people hate reading on a computer. For those of you guys who love to read, everything's going to be on the book. Again, more details will be on it. Will be more details on how to cop soon. It's going to be self-published, so please do support Brian's first book. That's pretty much it. Brian, we can get into questions. Do answer the first question in the Slack.
Yeah.
It's by our man, Ben.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm reading the Zoom chat. Shout out to Noah. Yes, sir. It will be a physical book. We have a few more edits to do to it. But be at the will of God, we will be done editing it by the end of the week, and then we will send it off to print. Now, this is our first book. I know Mike said Bayan's first book, and it is me who's writing. However, there's a team that goes behind the actual production.
Shout out to Gabriel, Raina James, who is a French teacher, girlfriend's best friend, Alex. Little shout out to myself. This is definitely, but again, it's the Exodus is here. Consider this a manual. This will be the FOREX edition that's coming out first. Yeah, it'll be the first, because this is an evolving system. If you read the about of our company on Instagram or whatever, we do consider ourselves a research company because we're constantly developing, adapting, evolving. It's like the way I look at our trading system really is more so of Lego pieces, right? Some get removed, some get added, but it always continues to be something that's modular, so that it's just building blocks, right? And that's how we continue to build this thing. So we will announce more details about it. We will ship worldwide. So if you live in Antarctica, don't worry, I'll make it happen. It might not be next day shipping like Amazon, but I will make it happen. And it's self-published, so we'd appreciate the support.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into Ben's question here. Let me make sure I'm sharing audio as well. There we go. Okay.
Hi, so I have a questions about the XRP. I think it formed the W shape like this. So I'm going to use the price extension tool here, and I want to know which point would you select. Would you select this one as top because it's more common here, or would you choose this one, which is the peak, and this one as a bottom right? So I'm going to drag it here, and then select price extension. Okay, so this would be my first target. Is this the correct way? And I would like to know what would you choose between this point and this point for the higher one. Thank you.
All right.
Fine, before you say anything,
yeah.
that is a perfect format
Perfect.
of how you would submit. So, but instead of recording on your computer, again, I have instructions. There's a tool you can use. It's free. And once you screen record, it gives you the link. You post that link, and then we can watch the video there, because much easier for Bayan to understand the question when it's video versus when it's written, right? So perfect example. Thank you so much, Ben, for recording that video.
Yes, sir. All right. So let me make a distinction real quick. And this is a distinction. You know, I'm always grateful to everybody, every member who's joined, because it's in essence giving us feedback to help us improve the system. And I've actually had a question similar to this question from our mentorship students. So our one-on-one students, this has been also a question, especially in FOREX, because we trade specifically our W structures in FOREX. And there's two definitions for a W. According to the original, credit goes in terms of harmonics. Credit goes to Scott Carney. He is the originator of harmonics. Has over 25 years of research. So that's actually how I learned harmonics a couple years ago, and then we've put our own spin on it. There's certain things that we trade that has a lot of harmonic theory behind it, but we dumb it down and we keep it simple. Like Mike said, it's modular. When Ben said a W structure, what stuck out to me was that he drew it like this, okay? Now, this would be a W structure according to Scott Carney, but he would be talking about a W structure as in this. So a W structure, he would be drawing it as a harmonic pattern. So we'll go from here to here. This is a 786. So it's probably gonna be a butterfly, 618. So at least a Gartley would be here at $1.73. However, it's more likely to be a butterfly as we look at the rest of the analysis. So we're looking, according to the original W structure, to be up here around 2026 cents as a minimum. All right, then maybe from here, maybe we'll get a little reaction and then continue going up to our targets of $3, roughly $2.90 to $3, which is what our algo play is saying. So that would be a W structure. However, Ben, I think what you're asking in terms of the M's and W's as we teach them, especially the one that's in the course, is this. Here's the understanding of what the W structure is. And this is something that you all can take notes on, especially if you're not in the course, you don't have access to our information. I'm gonna give a brief explanation of what the W structure is. A W structure is created basically by a zone of support and resistance. All right. So we know that the average retail trader who loses money on a regular basis, pretty much every day, he identifies his zone as a support. So he says, okay, as we come back to this zone, we're expecting to basically get buy off here, but stop loss below here, and then we can expect it to continue in the uptrend. However, what we call a W structure, many people give it many different names. What we call a W structure is when we go down below, we snap that stop, we snap that support. We trigger all the stop losses down here, and then we push back to the upside. Now, I'm not going to give you the exact potential reversal zone or the PRZ as to exactly when we get into that W. If you remember, you already know it. Ben you can look at the MNW video that's in the course to get those exact numbers. But for a W structure to happen, it needs to break slightly below this first leg. If we look at this from classic price action methodologies, this is simply what's called a stop hunt. Everybody's familiar with a stop hunt. According to naked FOREX or smart money concepts, this is called a run on liquidity. According to Wyckoff theory, this is called a spring after a UTAD. So all of these different concepts is what goes into our W structure, and we know exactly how to trade it with indicator confirmations and the PRZ. So this right here on XRP, according to us, would not be classified as a W structure because we do not come down here and break these lows. Now, where would be, if we look at it like this, then this would be being an algo play, all right? Because we would take it from this low up to this high. And your question is, the answer to your second question is, I use this one. I always use the extremes of price, okay? So this is an extreme, this is an extreme. I wouldn't use, for example, this one and that one because they're not extremes in price. I always look for extremes, this one and that one. And as you see, we've come back into a three-wave structure, an expanded flat structure, and we're back into the zone to be buying should we get indicated confirmation. And now this is when, and for the algo play tool, you have those numbers as well. If not, then hit me my DM or hit me in the chat, tag me in, and if not, I'll whip up a quick video for those exact numbers. I'm pretty sure we put the numbers in the algo play video in the course. But these numbers up here are very mathematical numbers up here. And from here, our target would be 1.96 and 231, as we just said. That's also congruent with our butterfly, 265, and then much higher targets appear at like $3, like I said, $2.90, $3. So this would not be classified as a W structure the way that we teach it. The W structure would have to come down here and break the lows. Now, last thing before we get to the next question is if we actually go down to a lower time frame, we'll see exactly what I'm talking about. We'll see this. There is a W structure on the 1 hour. Here you have a low, and what did we do? We came down here, we grabbed the liquidity down these lows, and then we started pushing up. So this would be a W structure. Why? Because we broke these lows down there. All right. That would be classified as W structure. What you drew on the 1-day chart wouldn't necessarily be a W structure the way that we trade it and the way that we teach it.
Diggity. Ben, did that make sense? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Yeah, I think he's here.
Lovely.
Unless there's another Ben in, we've been catfished. Did that make sense, Ben? Everything good? Want to make sure.
Makes sense.
Someone said Kevin Samuels is a real one.
Kevin Samuels, yeah, man.
VWAP Trader. So our membership, we have. Just share my screen real quick. Somebody asked about our membership. So if you go on our beautifully designed website, I don't know who designed it, but obviously an amazing designer. We have 2 memberships. We have the monthly, quarterly. Monthly, you get certain things. Quarterly, you get certain things. It's $99. Monthly, quarterly, $249. So just go on our website, read the deets, and whatever makes sense for you financially, go ahead and we'll see you inside the group, my man. Hi, makes sense. Good. Thank you. Also for other tool like price extension, we will only use extreme points, same as algo. Yeah, it's always extreme points, right, Brian?
Always extreme points, exactly. Always extreme points.
Just like I mentioned.
It's extreme points in relation to that pattern, to that W pattern. It wouldn't be just any extreme point that's on the chart. It's the one that's right in relation to that pattern.
Yep. Any questions? Any questions, thoughts, concerns, feedback? If there are no questions, just give me a 1 in the chat. Not gonna lie, I'm really tired. I had a long day today, Brian.
I've actually, I spent the weekend, kind of relaxing, get my mind back together because it's been a rough couple of weeks, man. The pace that we've been keeping up has been rough. So yeah. I'm actually pretty well rested right now.
I wouldn't say I'm rested, but I did have fun today. So me and the mom, we went to a very gentrified area. It was so nice. So I just like it's just me, my mom, and brother. We had ice cream, but like most stores are closed. We're still in lockdown, and if you live in Canada, you're still in lockdown. Free Ontario till it's set backwards. But went to a nice place, had some ice cream, sat by a bench, and literally just walked around. But I'm pooped. I just want that book, the physical one. No, trust me, man. I want it bad too, but just cleaning up some details, and
Yeah.
God willing, it should be by the end of this week. Well, end of
Send it
next
off to
week.
print.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got, like you said, we got 7 more editions coming. Like with the course. The course, as we said before, TCM Education is a research company, so we're always evolving, always giving you the absolute up to date. And what we want to do to begin with is make sure everything is simple to understand. Like you said with the W, we call it the M and the W. All right, but there's so much more to it than the regular top and the bottom. It has elements of Wyckoff, has elements of harmonic pattern theories, have elements of early wave theory. So the same thing with the book. It is basically the first edition is to understand what schematic you're looking for in the forex market, exactly what time to enter, all the details, but there's still elements missing. And so we plan on putting out a deluxe edition, God willing, in the next couple of months, but we're all going to go ahead and print that physical one. So as soon as that's done, like Mike said, by the end of this week, God willing, we'll send it off to print and we should have it in the next couple of weeks ready to go out.
This guy said deluxe edition. Do you guys remember back in the day, if you were old enough when you bought CD1 and CD2? That's how Brian is feeling. Got it. Thank you very much. Okay, Ben, I'm super glad you got a book working on it, Noah. The second it's out, we'll definitely let you know. And we will ship everywhere. But yeah, in terms of the program, we do plan on having a re-record. And not gonna lie, one of the things that we're going to do, even before the re-record, I think there's 2 videos we're gonna drop in the course. More application practical videos. And when we do drop those videos, again, we're still having team talks about it, but we're probably going to require people to sign NDAs on it because we're really going to get into the depths of thing. And we just want to make sure that, nobody goes and claims that our system's ours. Yeah, and that indicator too. So everybody get your signatures ready. But other than that, if there are no other questions, I'm going to check YouTube real quick. YouTube be crazy. This guy said, I don't even want to read it. Never mind. Listen.
Hold on, where is it? Screen share, bro. Screen share. Let's all have a laugh.
Okay, well, I'm going to pause recording. Anybody watching the recording, I hope you have a blessed day. Okay, I'm stopping the recording. This is what YouTube says, all right? My man says polygamy sounds good at first, but then wives will get older, and that's a lot of... Listen, it's too much. It's too much. But okay, it sounds like everybody's good. Well, you guys have a great... Noah says keep reading. I don't want to.